The world today is witnessing rising tensions, particularly between the United States and China, two of the most powerful nations on Earth. Amid growing threats in an unstable global environment, we are seeing significant developments in military infrastructure around the globe. One of the most significant and mysterious of these developments is a massive military project currently underway in China. This project has raised numerous questions about China's future intentions and preparedness for major global crises. Is China building the largest military base in history in preparation for a new world war? Or is this just another step in its ongoing quest for control over the global system? In this article, we will delve deeply into this project, analyze its potential motivations, and explore its far-reaching implications for the future of global security and military strategy. The beginning of the project. Recently, American intelligence reports and satellite imagery revealed an enormous, mysterious military project that has been quietly underway in Beijing. No official announcements have been made by the Chinese government, and no leaks have surfaced from within China. The project involves the construction of a massive underground military base, which some observers have described as the last shelter for Chinese leaders in the event of a nuclear war. What makes this project even more concerning is the total secrecy surrounding it, as well as its unprecedented size, far exceeding even the Pentagon in the United States. What is this project? Why is it being built now? What are China's true intentions? The location and size of the project. The site for this project is located 30 kilometers southwest of Beijing and covers an area of 1,500 acres, making it 10 times larger than the Pentagon, the largest military headquarters in the U.S. What is especially concerning is that the facilities will be constructed underground, with extensive tunnels and bomb shelters designed to withstand a nuclear attack. According to the analyzed satellite images, over 100 cranes are currently working at the site, indicating rapid and unprecedented construction. What adds to the mystery is that this area was previously part of real estate development projects. However, all information about it suddenly disappeared from the Chinese internet, raising doubts about the true nature of the project. The Chinese government has made no official statements regarding the project, which leaves the door open for a wide range of speculations regarding its goals. Potential reasons behind the military base. Construction, preparation for a major war with the United States. Tensions between China and the United States have reached unprecedented levels in recent years, particularly over the sensitive issue of Taiwan. China needs a secure military facility that can manage a war without the risk of being destroyed. Underground installations ensure that Chinese military leaders can continue operations even if Beijing itself is struck by nuclear attacks. This suggests that the base is not just a defensive measure, but part of China's strategic planning for the worst-case scenarios. Expansion of China's nuclear capabilities. According to the U.S. Department of Defense, China has increased its nuclear warheads by 20% in just 1 year. It is projected that China will possess 1,000 nuclear warheads by 2030. The construction of such a massive military facility may indicate that China is preparing for potential nuclear threats, either to launch a nuclear strike or to deter nuclear attacks on itself. The presence of such a command center would enhance China's ability to respond to or launch nuclear operations. Dominance over the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean. China is seeking military dominance over the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean, two of the most vital maritime routes in the world. Achieving this kind of dominance requires large-scale military command centers capable of managing naval and aerial warfare. The construction of a massive base could enable China to exercise control over these regions, ensuring its supremacy in key strategic areas. How did the Pentagon discover the project? Initially, there was no public information about this massive project. However, after American intelligence leaks, satellite images revealed the existence of a large underground tunneling system and structures resembling nuclear shelters. Military experts have emphasized that this is not a typical real estate project, but one of the most dangerous and secretive military projects in the world. The underground fortifications at the site could withstand the most advanced American weaponry, including bunker-buster bombs and nuclear weapons. Potential impact on global military balance. If this command center is part of China's preparations for a military conflict with the United States, it could significantly shift the global military balance. In the event of a military conflict between China and the US, this base could become the central hub for Chinese military operations. Furthermore, if a new nuclear arms race emerges, we could witness the proliferation of nuclear weapons throughout Asia and the Pacific, dramatically increasing the risk of a global nuclear war. The U.S. response to this threat. The United States cannot afford to remain passive in the face of this dangerous development. It is likely that Washington will bolster its military presence in regions such as Taiwan and Japan to deter any sudden Chinese movements. Additionally, economic sanctions may be imposed on China in an attempt to slow down their military programs. However, the most alarming possibility is the onset of a new global nuclear arms race, similar to the Cold War era, but this time between China and the US. What does this mean for the future? The construction of the Beijing military city is not just about creating a new military base for China. It is a part of a long-term strategy aimed at fortifying China against the worst potential threats. If this project is indeed part of China's preparations for a global or nuclear war, it could fundamentally alter the global balance of power. The creation of the world's most fortified military base suggests that China is preparing to survive even in the worst-case scenarios. The international community must pay close attention to this development, as it could signify the beginning of a new phase in global warfare. If China is truly building the most powerful military base in history, it could indicate that China is preparing for all eventualities, including a potential military conflict with the US. The question remains, are we on the brink of a new world war, or is this just part of China's long-term defense strategy? Conclusion: the construction of the Beijing military city signals more than just a military installation. It represents a strategic shift in China's approach to global security. Whether this project is aimed at preparing for a major military confrontation or a more subtle form of global control, it will undoubtedly have profound consequences for international relations in the future of warfare. With tensions between the US and China escalating, this project may very well be the harbinger of a new Cold War, or even a direct military confrontation. The world must now ask itself, are we witnessing the dawn of a new arms race, or the preparations for a war that could change the world as we know it? The coming years will reveal whether this military project is the start of a new chapter in global conflict or a defensive measure aimed at securing China's future.